Ferre with Tax Sale Support with a brief video about why I believe that most investor training is a waste of money. Let me explain. First off, part of this comes from my experience with seminar companies with that industry and also providing training. It gives me a unique perspective on this. So, here's the reasons why I believe that most investor training is a complete waste. First off, the illusion, selling the dream. It's really more about the sales method and the sales technique than it is about your success. And what I mean by that is these seminar companies wish to take advantage of your desire to improve your life. They know that you want to make more money. They're looking for ways to supplement your income or replace it. And what they want to do is they want to help sell you on that idea of the dream. Okay, they want to sell you on the idea that you can go out there and have tremendous success with your real estate and it's going to change your life. And they're going to talk a lot about the dream and they're going to talk about the things you'll do with the money, or they'll talk about how it will change your life. But what they really don't spend a lot of time talking about is how to actually do it. So that's one of the first reasons. Selling the dream, it's more about this sales technique than it is about anything else. Second, low on information. The majority of the training that's out there doesn't provide a lot of very helpful information. In fact, we have a term to describe most of the content in there as being fluff. It's fluff, meaning that they're saying things without really actually saying anything helpful. And we find this throughout most training where they provide lots of words but very little actual direction on what you're supposed to do. So that's another reason. They first off, they're selling you on the idea of that dream and they're not really providing you with the information that they say they're going to provide you with. Third, they are incredibly overpriced, ridiculously overpriced. Most of you probably already know that because you've attended seminars or you've been pitched by different companies that want to sell you on different things. If you haven't been pitched by these companies before, then it might surprise you to find out that much of this training can cost between $5,000 to $50,000 or even more. Okay, that's ridiculous amounts of money to spend for training that has a very low chance of being successful. Okay, in fact, the vast majority of the money that you're paying when you pay 5 to 50,000, in fact, 90% of that money goes to the company that can put the people in the seats or that can produce the leads. Only about 5 to 10% of that money that they pay actually goes towards their training. So if you spend $5,000 on some kind of a package, chances are only $500 of that is actually going towards your training. Okay. Now, there is very little actual success. And what I mean by that is it is a fact the majority of these companies do not produce a lot of success. One of the things that Steve and I have found that is crazy is companies stealing and using our success stories, like putting them up on their website like it's their own. We've got several companies doing this before, and there's a reason for it. Most of these companies don't produce real success stories. With Steve and I think our situation is almost the opposite because we have a lot of people that buy stuff that get our programs or download our free ebooks and that will get a start and will start buying things. We never hear from them. We never hear about it, even though we've helped lots of people buy things. But we still get more success stories than any other company that we've ever found. And that's always been puzzling to me. But it goes right along with everything else we're talking about here. They're not really providing a lot of helpful information. Now, the next point here is that we live in the age of information, and information is free. There's nothing these companies can tell you or can teach you that you cannot find or learn on your own in other places. Okay, when I first got involved with tax liens and tax deeds, I was already involved with the seminar industry, so I had access to materials. That was my original reason for being in the seminar industry, was because I wanted to get access to the training materials. I figured that, that I couldn't pay the $3,000 at the time to buy their program, but if I worked there, I knew I could get my access to it, and so that to me was worth it. I was incredibly disappointed to learn that it wasn't helpful at all, that almost all of the content was complete garbage, and it didn't help me do anything. I was so grateful I hadn't spent money for it. But what I did after that was to begin searching for that information and to begin learning it on my own. Okay, so when it came to tax sales, I was reading about these state laws for each state, trying to differentiate between how they worked and trying to decipher how exactly tax sale systems worked in different locations. But ultimately, what taught Steve and I the most was when we began taking action. Whether that's your first lien or deed that you buy, it's the first auction that you attend, when you begin to take action, it goes from being an idea to being something that you actually do, and the amount that you learn is incredible. So true learning only happens with action, and ultimately, whoever the training company is can't force you to take action. This is part of the reason why a lot of people don't have success, is because they don't take action. I think a lot of people struggle to pull the trigger on different deals. But in many cases with these companies, people don't even get that far. They don't have enough information or understanding to actually get to a point where they can even have success. So uh, do yourself a favor. Don't waste your money on investor training. Okay, the vast majority of it is an incredible waste of money. All right, there's no reason to spend thousands of dollars trying to learn something like this when that information is essentially free. Okay, now for those that are looking for more information for free training, we've got a website set up specifically for this. It's called secretsoftaxlientinvesting.com, where you can download the free ebook that is incredibly in depth. If you haven't seen it before, it's probably one of the better ebooks I've ever seen, and it is very helpful. It's filled with a lot of information, better than a lot of the paid courses that you'll find. And this is completely free. So yeah, if you'd like to download Tax Lien Investor Secrets, you can get that at, little twist on words here, secretsoftaxlieninvesting.com. So we'll hope you will check out that website. You can download and fill it out, and again, save your money.